Hello, and welcome to episode 78 of Let's Play Final Fantasy 14. So, here we go. In the last episode, we defeated Leviathan, and yeah, I don't know what's going to happen now, but let's talk to Storm Sergeant Saville here and see what he wants with us. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction to Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to the pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous iron man there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Lominsan society. They value their independence more highly than pirates and are united by a bond stronger than Mithril. To wit, they are invariably very of new faces. Thought it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchments will get you only so far into their confidence. Wow, I know English, I promise. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. Alright. But here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Alright. Sounds very much like a group of rogues that I'm about to meet. So, let's see how roguish these rogues are. Okay, that's where we wanna go. And yeah, I think this is actually the closest way to get there. Head through here, over this bridge here, and make sure we step on these eggs. And yeah, there he seemed to be. He's an inconspicuous man. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Hmm? Got this business with me, adventure? Here you go. So you're a man of the Admiral sent words of. So you're the man the Admiral sent words of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Bankred too. Been a while since I saw him, his shite-eaten grin. But what with all the dew-eyed wenches about? I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the Far Eastern, what Mailweb says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yugiro Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when first I learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your memberships. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give you two thoughts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. Hmm. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. I see. Know that practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow. It's in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, Yugiri, of the what's it? We can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Nope, it did not. Master Geoffrey, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. But I am loath to be separated from my countrymen. I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorsia. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as students. Wow. Maybe one day I'll pick up a few daggers and get rid of this heavy ass axe here. Right, let's see what we got here. Huh. Not better than the one I have. But boy, it looks great. That's an awesome looking axe. See, with my clothing on, yeah, even better. Oh, maybe I'll glam it someday. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorsa from the Gallon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept your overlong. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next we meet, When next we meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Alright, let's head back to Mordona and see what's up next. That's an interesting looking chocobo. Come on, there we go. Alright, let's see here.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
Wow, someone has the magic to actually eradicate an entire island.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Strength, critical, vitality, and direct hit on that one. Wow. Those two are literally identical. Exterior to critical. I'm starting to think this is not as it should be. I'm pretty sure that these two, one of them is supposed to have tenacity instead of direct hit. A mistake was done, but I don't think I don't need them. I got Menfina's earring, so I'm going to keep that. Collect some money. There we go. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urania will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations, which we had previously attributed to good King Moglemog XII. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelvewood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you, Asilia? I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Ulda this time, are come to a remnant's toll seeking asylum. Wow. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in 7th heaven, awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Acelia, you know full well we haven't resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Geoffrey, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Right. Let's see what's going on here. So I can tell you this much: there is not, there will be not much more before we actually start the next expansion. I'm leaving just a few episodes, and yeah. So, and at that time, I am considering to train as a Dark Knight. But the problem is, the next expansion is supposed to start at level 50, and for some reason I get, well, I still can't explain it. If I train as a Dark Knight, it will drop me down to level 30, and I will have to actually manually train it by doing dungeons and such before we can actually continue the MSQ. So that reason alone is making me hesitant to actually do so, and maybe just continue as a warrior. So I never actually played a warrior. Actually, this warrior is the highest level of warrior I got right now. My main character, which also started as a warrior, is not at this level yet. And it's because of this road to 80 that gives us extra experience. So feel free to comment. If you guys want to see me play as a Dark Knight, please say so. And I can tell you this: most of it, I will be playing offline, not on recording, that is, because it will just involve me doing a bunch of dungeons and some other stuff to actually gain levels. And the only thing I will record is when I do some training, which is a very good story on its own. So yeah, write in the comments down below and tell me if you want me to play as a Dark Knight or continue as a warrior. Alright, let's continue. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia and I lead Science of the Seventh Dawn. Well be praised, it is you. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living of the scraps of Oldal for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the ones what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for a honest man, not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms. Anyhow, the flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I know we had to run. The only question was where, and then it came to me, Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'll surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstance. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us. If I might have a word. Otar, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Oldal, my lady. Alphenod has been wounded. What? How is that? How is that? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstrations was meant to be peaceful. Seven hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady? We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Elfenode, and quickly. If he is in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalimo will see to it. Alphanod is being treated at the Hourglass. Joffrey. Oh, alright. Yeah, that's the problem with helping people. Help one and everyone else comes running. Come on. There we go. And over there.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
All right. All right. Let's see what else we got to hear from him. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tension within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Robon has to say upon the matter. Right. See what the General has to say to us. Yeah, sure. Oh, there. I'm going to pick this up too. Oh, and this one. Oh. It's not a good time, Private Richardson. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphanode, back on your feet already? You may credit my swift recovery to your courage. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Fanaland. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents. But progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. Yeah, sounds like them alright. I can well imagine. God damn it. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees lives outside the walls, I stand to reason they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. Martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that the tensions between the Uldan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domas were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu to food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it bare against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and And now order must be restored. That is my first duty until it's done. Any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The general is no fool. He keep his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarist would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in our abilities, Geoffrey. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerent commander. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at the request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Right, let's talk to Commander Swift. Yeah, look as you have something to say, Private Richardson, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The breastplates have reported suspicious activities in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the blades posted there. Alright. And let's see, can we maybe no, I'm not even close. Wow. Alright, let's see where to next. Over here, I guess. And yeah, there we go. So I will end this episode here at this fine small village here. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, first of all, welcome. And yeah, if you like my content, feel free to hit the subscribe button together with the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more of my content. I will be back again tomorrow, and until then, stay safe out there.